What's up cubers, it's Krishna Advait. Today we have 5 walkthrough solves. So before getting started, I wanna make some things clear. In walkthrough solve video, I'm gonna do all solves of Blue Cross. And I'm extremely sorry because I know most of you guys are White Cross solvers and I'm a Blue Cross solver. So I'm gonna make another walkthrough solve video for White Cross in future, but for now I'm gonna make it on Blue Cross. And don't worry, I'm gonna point out where the F12 pairs are and where the cross pieces are and everything. So Scrambles. So I'm scrambling all of these cubes with white on top and green in front, and I highly recommend you guys to scramble your cubes like that to follow along. So let's get right into our first solve, and the scrambles will be in the description. So let's get started. So this is the first scramble. So my cross pieces are over here, here, here and here. So I want to make one more thing clear. I'm currently a sub 18 solver, so which means I average around 15 to 16 seconds and all sometimes 17 seconds. So you can call it sub 17 if you want to. So yeah, so let's get started. So what I'm thinking of doing is first inserting this piece over here down, and then moving this piece over here and doing an F prime, then which will bring this up, and then I'll do a U prime, then bring this around, and this will get automatically set up once we do R prime. So let's execute it. So insert this first, and then move this like this, then F prime, then move this piece so that it gets connected, and then move this down, and lastly when you do an F prime, this gets set up. You can do an R prime and then F prime, and by that you can see we are done with our cross, which is Blue Cross. And the first F12 pair I see are these two and these two, and I'll go for these two because if I want to do these two, I should do a rotation, and rotation is something everyone should avoid doing most of the times. So for this I can do it without rotation 2gen. So this is the corner piece and this edge piece which needs to get paired. So how I'll pair these two up is do a U prime and get this piece up like this, so that these two are in a split up pair. So which is a 3 move insert. So I can do a U2 and just insert it like this. And I hope all of you know how to do CFOP because I made a tutorial on F12, OLL, PLL, except for the cross which will be coming soon. But so yeah, and the next F12 pair I see are these two. So I need to separate them, so I'll rotate this way, so which makes easy because I have right slots open. Instead of if I keep doing it, there'll be back slots open. So you always need to make sure you have right 2 slots or left 2 slots or something like that. But you should never should always try to avoid having fronts open back slots. So these are the F12 pair. Now we need to break up. So I'll break up these two as like this. We'll set them into a split up pair, 3 move insert. So this and like that. And the next F12 pair I see is these two. So this edge is already in place and this corner which needs to get rotated, but you have to take both of them out in order to pair this up. So how I do this case is I do R, U prime, and when you do R prime, these two get split up. And now we can do according to this case. So we should bring this down, then move this up like that, and just insert it. And the final F12 pair I see is these two. And how I'm gonna do this two is using the advanced F12. So if you are a beginner, I think most of them do it like this. So if it was here, you move it here, you make black slots are open, and you split it up like that and like that. But how I do is, if I have it out here, what I do is imagine this as this blue piece over here, and I'll insert it like this, and now you have this yellow and red, which can be done with like this, and which can be paired like that. So if I do faster, it will be like it will be like this, and insert. So if I have done that faster, it'd be something like this, that, and then the OLL, and we have a JPerm. So that was our first solve. So let's move on to the second scramble. Okay, so this looks like an easy cross. So my cross pieces are over here, 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 and here. So what I'll do is do a D's, which move this yellow piece over here, which and I can insert this piece, which will go opposite of that. So according to this color scheme, so white opposite of yellow. So, and before inserting this blue and white edge piece, I'll do a U, so to put up these two, because they are already opposite. So I'll do a U, which will also put them related to each other, so like in a color scheme. So I'll do D, U, and L, and then insert this and this down, and do a D2 to fix across. And the first F12 pair I see are these two. So how I do is I'll move it like this, let's split it up like that, and you have 3 move insert, and without rotating and doing like this, which most of the beginners do, you can just insert it this from the back like that. Okay, so and the next F12 pairs I see are these two, which are already in the 3 move insert. So let's go and insert it, and while inserting we'll be tracking these two, which won't move anywhere. And now my next F12 pair is these two, and I'll be tracking this and this. So how I do this is, now I have this blue facing towards me, and these top two colors are same. So I put this here, and you can just pair it in 3 moves. So 1, 2, and 3. It's very simple. And then I would insert this here, and instead of this time, as I told you in first, instead of rotating this way and inserting it like that, I'll rotate this way, because now I'll have front slots open instead of back slot open. So insert it like that, like this, into the back, and my final after pair is these two. So how I'll do this case is, the simplest way to do this is to do the beginner's method, but from this angle. So if you do beginner's method, if you remember the beginner's method, what you'll do is attach this to this and do it like that, and then insert it here, which is the same thing we are gonna be doing now. So like that, pair it up like that, and instead of rotating and doing it like that, which will leave us with just a dot over here without any EO or edges oriented, we would do a lefty sledgehammer, which goes like this, which will give us this one. It is at least better than just having a dot case. So I don't know full OLL, so I do 2 look OLL. So let's go and do our OLL. And for this, if I know CLL cases for this particular OLL. So when I have two same colors over here and 2 same colors over here, what I do is do an R prime and do a YPerm, and I do an R, which will, So if you don't know what a COLL cases are, so there are quite a few COLL cases for each OLL. Two look OLL, like when you have a cross, and there'll be 7 cases, and for that 7 there will be different types. You can COLL, you can do COLL by seeing the colors matching and everything, which will I'll make a tutorial on COLL, sorry. So, and what COLL does, it permutes these corners, all the 4 corners, which will just leave you with a HPerm or ZPerm, or any of the UA or UB perms, or which will it might give you PLL skips. So in this case we have UPerm. So, and I can't do finger trick it on this cube. And there we go, we are done with our second solve. So let's move on to the third scramble. Okay, so I don't really have an efficient way of doing this, but guys can correct me down in the comments below. So what I'll do is do a D2, which will put red opposite of orange, and before inserting it I'll do a U2, because when I do this, this will get set up relative to each other. Like you can see orange and yellow, so orange and yellow according to the color scheme. And before inserting this, I'll do a U2 and I not insert it, which will set up these two, and do a D and F. And my first F12 pair are these two, so which you guys know how to set up. You can do it like this, and instead of rotating and doing that, we can do this, which is quite easy and simple than just doing that. And the next F12 pair I have observed is this one and this one. So you can see these top two, these colors are matching, so I'll put it like that and pair it like that, and I'll sledgehammer it in like that. Before I do, I'm tracking these two F12 pairs, so it'll end up in the top layer, and I'll just directly go into those. So I'll rotate this way, because you guys know I'll have a front slot open for the last F12 pair instead of back slot. So move this way and just solve it like that. And this last two, which is like this, there's a cool way of doing this. As you can see, this red matches and this blue is facing this way, and these two colors are matching over here and here, red and red. So what you can do is to R prime U prime moves. So we'll set up like that, and there we go. And OLL, oh yeah, sorry, I did the wrong one. Oh yeah, and we got a PLL skip, so which is very nice. So that was our third solve. So let's move on to the fourth solve. Okay, so this is actually a bit hard for me, for my level. So I don't really have an idea for this one also. So I'll just, if you think I could have done this cross a bit better, just let me know. So what I'll do is do that. I'll do D prime and then insert that, and then probably insert this, and then do an L prime U and this, and do a D2. I think that's how I would have done the cross in a solve. So, and I noticed the F12 pair over here, which is inserted into the wrong slot, but we are not going to take it out, because that's not what we want to do, because that will waste a lot of time. So we are over in this angle, and I noticed this F12 pair, so I'll rotate it this way. And while doing that, we take this F12 pair out, And before actually inserting this, which using the regular way, which will do it like that, which will split up these two, what we can do is rotate and do a sledgehammer from this angle, and which will we can just insert this thing over here while tracking these two, which won't move actually. So insert that, and again this, which I have already explained you guys. So like that, and lastly this and this. So how you can do it, you can match yellow to yellow, and these two colors are opposite, so if you do that, you can see they get paired. So you do this like just, which is just, and suppose you think you have an F12 pair over here, and you just, or you think you do a U, and you do the rest of it like that. And then the OLL and then F12. So we are done with our fourth solve, and let's move on to our last solve. So okay, I noticed this F12 pair over here. I'll try to preserve it, but I don't know whether I'll be succeeded in that. So what I'll do is, this yellow is already set up properly according to this color scheme in order. So what I'll do is R prime, then U prime, then R prime, then F, and I can insert this, and F2, and align across like that. But before aligning, we can see this, we'll break this F12 pair. So before aligning, we can just take it out and fix our cross, and then lastly insert this F12 pair, and the next pair I see is these two, this one and this one. So we can, this is a 3-move insert, so we can insert it like this, like that, and these two. And while doing that, I'm tracking this piece which won't move, and but I'm tracking this edge, where this edge will go. Okay, steady, and we can do this the beginner's method. And what I've told you guys is, when you have it something like that, instead of moving in like that or like that and inserting, you can just do a lefty sledgehammer. But for this particular case, if you do that, you can notice we'll get this L shape instead of, and if you have done rotated and insert, we got a direct plus. So what I recommend is to learn edge control. So the best video for that is JPerm's video. I'll link it down in the description. So OLL and JPerm. So I think I've got most of them as JPerms, not most, but two of them as two JPerms in this video. So yeah, that's it. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't already done so, like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and of course subscribe. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.